Runners to post then for the concluding Langley Castle, an outstanding small hotel handicap hurdle. Over £14,500 in prize money up for grabs. And number 8 is Donny Azoff for Jamie Snowden for the Footy Partnership. Green with those blue diamonds, Gavin Sheehan rides number 8, Donny Azoff. Number 3 is Vocal Duke for Jimmy Moffat, for Jim Bracken, Keith Hadwin and DJM. Charlotte Jones in the black with that yellow triangle, the yellow cap. Number 3, a Vocal Duke. Plenty of sheepskin about the face for number 1, Band of Outlaws. Green and gold hoops for JP McManus, for Ben Haslam, for Jack Hogan. Number 1, Band of Outlaws. Number 2 is Fingal's Hill for Peter Atkinson, in the trainer's colours of black and white stripes. Those light blue sleeves and cap. Tommy Dowson rides number 2, Fingal's Hill. 4 is Captain Zebo for John Dixon. For Mrs. Dixon, the yellow with the brown quarters on the cap. John Dixon rides the cheek piece first time. Captain Zebo. Number 6 is Onward Route. He's won over track and distance in the past. The maroon with the white hoops on the sleeves. John Wade colours there, trained by Rebecca Menzies and ridden by Sean Quinlan. Number 5, Well Educated, goes well here at Hexham. 3 out of 3 at the track so far. Trained by George Bewley for Annetta Mandel, the white with those dark blue stars and halved sleeves. Jonathan Bewley rides number 5, Well Educated. 7 is Applaus for Mickey Hammond, for Mrs. Gemma Hogg in the pink with those purple chevrons on the sleeves and the purple cap. Joshua Thompson on board number 7, Applaus. Number 9 is Gladiatorial for Noel Kelly. Front of William Brown in the blue with the red star, the yellow cap. Ora McGill's on board number 9, a Gladiatorial. Number 10 is Russian Virtue for Rebecca Menzies. Front of Derek Thompson, the green with the purple star and hoop sleeves and purple cap. Nathan Moskrop rides number 10, Russian Virtue. 2 miles a journey. So they start over on the far side in the dip over there. Let's have a look at the market. Band of Outlaws is the favourite 5-2 market leader. In fact, now joint best with, along with Fingal's Hill. 5-2, the pair of them. 15-2, Donny Azoff. 17-2 for Well Educated and Onward Route. Russian Virtue's at 10-1 now. Captain Zebo's at 12-1 with Vocal Duke at 16. Applaus at 16-1 as well. And Gladiatorial at 33-1, the outsider of the field. For the concluding Langley Castle, an outstanding small hotel handicap hurdle. Well, very much a gamble here in this last race on Band of Outlaws, a horse who won the Boodles at the Cheltenham Festival all the way back in 2019. It's clearly well handicapped on his old form, formerly with Joseph O'Brien. Carries top weight in his class 3, but he's clearly been a much better horse than a 122 rated in his time. Well Educated is 3 out of 3 here at Hexham goes notably well around these undulating left-handed turns here at Hexham. I appreciate a real stiff climb to the line, of course, from second last to the last. He's come up this Hexham running in front 3 times for only 3 starts here. The other interesting one I thought was Donny Azov. He's on his handicap debut today. A Russian Virtue, who was a big improver through the end of last season. Applaus is certainly competitive with Joshua Thompson, taking off a big chunk of weight from him. Fingles Hill, Band of Outlaws, very much the top 2 in the market. In the gathering gloom, they're over at the post here for this 8:40. Our final race here at Hexham tonight. Inside a minute to post time now. Band of Outlaws and Fingles Hill, the 5-2 joint favourites. 15-2 Donny Azov. 17-2 for Onward Route. 9-1 Well Educated. Captain Zebo's 11-1. Russian Virtue 12-1 with Vocal Duke at 16. Applaus at 20 and Gladiatorial at 33-1. Flags are raised. And they're off. Runners are sent on their way for our final race tonight here at Hexham. This is the Langley Castle, an outstanding small hotel handicap hurdle race. 2 miles the journey. And they've got these 8 flights of hurdles to take. Applaus in the pink silks showing prominently early on, along with Gladiatorial, as they skip over flight number 1. Tightly grouped, all safely over. Applaus, Gladiatorial, and to the inside Onward Route in maroon and white silks. Captain Zebo's next in the yellow, followed closely by Fingles Hill. Light blue sleeves and cap there for Toby Dowson, the black and white stripes on the jacket. Plenty of sheepskin about the face of the gambled on Band of Outlaws, much bigger prices this morning. This also is a previous Cheltenham Festival winner back in 2019. Russian Virtue is towards the outside, and in the black and yellow silks, Vocal Duke, and to the inside of him is Well Educated, who's trying to maintain his unbeaten record here at the track. He's 3 out of 3 so far at Hexham. Onward Route just about took off in front over that second flight of hurdles, over which Vocal Duke didn't make the best shape. As they come up by us, Captain Zebo spotting his yellow silks towards the near side. Just about level now with Onward Route with a circuit to go. Gladiatorial in amongst them there in a handy third. And then Applaus in the pink and purple colours ahead of Band of Outlaws. More towards the inside then is Donny Azov, Russian Virtue and Fingles Hill a little wider from him. Then Well Educated and Vocal Duke. They press on then towards flight number 3. It's Captain Zebo. Captain Zebo just in front there from Onward Route. Gladiatorial, handy with that yellow cap in third. Then Band of Outlaws, Applaus and Donny Azov with Russian Virtue. Then Fingles Hill, Vocal Duke and Well Educated. All safely over flight number 4 and begin to make the journey towards the bend that takes them off into the far side. This concluding Class 3 handicap hurdle here at Hexham tonight. Captain Zebo, Onward Route, the leading pair. Gladiatorial, Donny Azov and Russian Virtue and Applaus the next 3. Then Fingles Hill, Band of Outlaws, Well Educated, and Vocal Duke tucks in at the back under Charlotte Jones. So down the far side, they're racing towards flight number 5. Onward Route to the inside of Captain Zebo. They're disputing now. Gladiatorial, Donny Azov and Russian Virtue are all close up behind. Applaus wider as they come to take this 5th hurdle now. Band of Outlaws still travels with a purpose at this point. Applaus just being woken up by Joshua Thompson between these two flights. Racing towards flight number 6 and over it, it was Captain Zebo who touched down with the lead. Captain Zebo from in second onward route, Russian Virtue, Gladiatorial the X2 from Band of Outlaws, and Donny Azov to the inside. A Plaus a little wider out between horses there. Fingles Hill looking to move up again. And then Well Educated and Vocal Duke, and the whole field are only separated by half a dozen lengths as they work through their starting point over on the far side and make their way towards what will be 2 from the finish. Onward route together with Russian Virtue and Captain Zebo. Band of Outlaws closing in to share fourth now with Gladiatorio. Plaus is ridden for more, and then Fingles Hill. Next then is Donny Azov from Well Educated and Vocal Duke. That was 2 from the finish before they start the climb. Russian Virtue to the inside under Nathan Moscrop. Draws level with Captain Zebo. Only a couple of lengths away to Band of Outlaws, who's scrapping out third with Onward route as they begin to climb. Gladiatorial is under pressure back in 5th. Then Fingles Hill, Well Educated, is staying on from a good way back as heads are now turned back towards the home straight in the Langley Castle, and an outstanding small hotel handicap hurdle race. And it's out in front, Russian Virtue that leads from Captain Zebo. Band of Outlaws now hanging fire a little bit. The cheek pieces and nosebound. Well Educated staying on well towards the stand side as Russian Virtue and Nathan Moscrop lead them down towards the final hurdle. But there's plenty of challenges. Onward route is back for more. So too Captain Zebo. Fingles Hill finishing between, and then Well Educated. Just outside a half to go. Onward route puts it up to Russian Virtue. Fingles Hill is still finishing well to the far side and finishing off best of all. Fingles Hill from Onward route. Fingles Hill has won it from Onward route. Then Russian Virtue, Well Educated, and Captain Zebo. Doubles here for Peter Atkinson and Tommy Dowson.